Before we get into Jeeperscreepers, I just want to say really quickly that I apologize for the lack of videos in the last 3 weeks. The reason being is I got a new puppy. So for the past couple of weeks I have been, bonding with him and helping him settle in here and get comfortable. His name is Milo. And yeah, thankfully now he's settled enough, he's comfortable enough here, so I can get back to filming. So I just wanted to state that and just let you guys know. And thank you all for your amazing patience. You guys have amazing patience. Thank you. So thank you for bearing with me. Videos should be more consistent now. So that's great. So I'm getting back into rhythm. So yeah, I just wanted to really quickly let you guys know and say that because I felt I owed you an explanation for just going off the grid. So yeah, well, thanks for sticking around. Thank you for your patience. It means a lot. You're all amazing. And I love you. So Jeeperscreepers came out in 2001 and it was a surprise to horror fans because at this point we were all used to generic horror movies, slasher movies, all that, and then this came out and instantly took people by surprise. Now I will say really quick that I'm only going to be talking about the art, not the artist. For those of you who don't know, I'm not going to get into it, but we're not going to talk about the artist. Should be forgotten from existence. But we're only going to talk about the art. And that is this movie, Jeeperscreepers. That's the art. So we're only talking about that. So just wanted to say that real quick. If you know, you know. But yeah. Just wanted to point that out. And yeah. So this movie stars Gina and Justin Long. Now this was actually Justin's first ever feature film. And I believe he was 22 years old at the time. And what a performance. Like for a first time, like for a first movie. What a performance that this guy gives. This is the movie that made the name for him. This is what really sprung him into the spotlight. And for the right reasons, because he's brilliant in this movie. But overall, so this movie, what I most like about it is, and there will be spoilers in this review, by the way. For those of you who haven't watched it yet, just letting you know, we'll be talking about the ending. So if you want to go watch this and then come back, you're more than welcome. But what I love about this movie is just when you think the movie is going to be one thing, later on, like midway, it becomes a completely different movie than what you originally thought that you were watching, which is just done very well. All the performances are great in this movie. I mean, it starts off with what you think is a simple story. A brother and sister driving in the back roads on their way home, and they're chased by this big ass truck. And then the truck just eventually drives on, and they eventually come by that truck again with the guy, and they see him dumping like what looks like dead bodies into a well. And they infuriate everybody by going back because Derry, that's Justin Long's character, said, what if somebody's alive back there, and they might still, they might need help, And Trish, that's the sister, she's like, no, we can just go call the police. Like logically, it's like she's voicing for us. She's telling him what we would tell him while we're watching, while us, the viewers, are screaming at the TV. Just call the police. She's saying that to him, and I really like that. I think it was done very well. and intentional, I think. So when they go back, Derry discovers all of these bodies all over the ceiling, which is a very well done scene. Like when he's down tying his shoe and the flashlight is aimed behind him and you see like the bodies in the background are lit up from the flashlight. So well done, perfect. And it genuinely sets you up. You're like, what the fuck are we in for? So he's just a guy who kills people and decorates them? Is that what we're watching here? Like some kind of road rage version of Hostel? Mad. Crazy. But as they eventually leave, you know, like I said, it does a great job of becoming something else. You think it's just going to be a guy chasing after them to kill them, and it's a straightforward plot. But I think the scene that tells you that, okay, this is a different type of movie is whenever the police come and they talk to Derry and try and figure out what the fuck did you see, and then they all drive away, and the second the creeper lands in the car right behind them on the police car, you're like, this is not a man. This is a different movie. What the hell am I watching? And then from there on, it just gets bonkers and it just gets more bizarre. Every 10 minutes, it's like an onion, just fucking layers and layers and layers. And just like an onion, this shit leaves you crying. Yeah. But the plot is amazing. The guy who plays the creeper, Jonathan Breck, phenomenal. What a job he did. And fun fact, did you know that originally the creeper actually talks? Yeah, you heard that right. There is a scene, and I'm gonna play it for you now. It actually shows the creeper actually speaking, but they cut it out of it, which I'm kind of glad it was cut out. But anyway, you tell me, I can hear it. You're saying, shut up and show me the clip. Okay, here it is.
She don't smell too good. There he is.
So yeah, in one side it is creepy, and the reason it's creepy is because you're wondering, whose voice is it? Because the creeper is known to, you know, take pieces off people. So that voice, was that the cop that whose tongue he just ate? And that's why he has a voice? It makes it creepier, and it makes it even more just twisted. But in one side, I'm glad he doesn't talk, because it keeps the mystery. Keeps it creepier, keeps it scarier. And I like that. But overall, the creeper in general is probably one of the most coolest monsters out there. Just the whole concept that it eats, you know, a part of you. Like, if you cut its arm off, it has to go eat somebody's arm to get that arm back. Such a cool concept, and it's genuinely terrifying. So it's crazy. Like as I said, like, you know, it starts off you thinking this is just a man chasing them because they witnessed a crime, and then it instantly, like that, becomes a monster movie. After that scene when he jumps in the top of that car, it's instantly a monster movie. And then you get revealed, he shows his face, he's got wings, all this shit, you're just like, what the fuck am I watching? This is not what I thought it was going to be, and that's perfect. That's great. That's what makes the original probably the best. Because by the time you get to Jeeperscreepers 2, you already know what the creeper is. You know, so you're just watching it to see what's he going to do this time. In the first one, you haven't a clue. So it's a really cool mystery. It's very cool design in general of the creeper. And Justin Long, I have to say, absolutely sells the performance of being terrified. He really does. Like, he does such a great job with expressions, with face. You know, he can get teary and everything. Like, he does a great job at portraying somebody who's genuinely terrified for their lives. And he does a phenomenal job. How he didn't get an award for it, I don't know, but awesome. And you know what? Even Gina does a wonderful job. And what I do love about the both of them is that they have amazing on-screen chemistry. Like, they sell the whole brother-sister thing. You would genuinely believe they were actually siblings. That's how well acted that it was. They done a really great job. You know, and probably one of my favorite scenes, well, yeah, one of my favorite scenes is whenever they get to the lady, the old lady with all the cats. And oh, fun fact, did you know that the scene where she's looking out and all the cats are looking out the window, the reason they're looking out the window and they're so calm is because tuna was smeared on the windows. Fun fact. But yeah, the scene where she says, like, you know, that's not my scarecrow. And then he just shows him standing there. One of the best shots for me. So creepy. And because at this point you haven't seen his face. And it just makes you think, like, what does he look like? What the hell is he? But one of my favorite scenes. It's a simple little shot, but I loved it. And the nut shot. You know, where she she kicked Derry in the nuts. Yeah, I till this day I still feel it. Ow. But as the movie goes on, the creeper gets more unveiled, like to a part where eventually he's just not wearing his clothes at all, and you just see he's just like, you know, the full design of him, the bat, or I can't even describe it, but it's such a cool design. But I will say, this movie is one of the very few movies to genuinely terrify me when I was a kid. And that was the ending scene. The scene with Derry with no eyes. That image burnt into my mind, and for the first 2 nights I had to sleep with the lights on. First night I couldn't sleep at all because the image was just burnt in and it was terrifying. The second night I did sleep eventually, but the light was still on. So, terrified me. And I think what was the most haunting about that scene, yeah, it's that Derry's there with no eyes and, you know, no longer moving. But what makes it more haunting is leading up to that scene where you hear the screams of pain and terror. That is one of the most haunting things I think about this entire movie. That's the scene for me that's the most haunting. It's the screams, and it leaves to your imagination. What is he doing to him at that moment in time that's making him scream like this? And it leaves it to your imagination. That's terrifying, you know, because whatever you come up with in your head is going to be scarier than whatever you would see on screen. So, yeah, poor Derry. He really drew the short straw in this movie, huh? But yeah, Fun fact, another fun fact I know. Whoa. Did you know that the very end scene where just before the creeper looks into the hole of Derry's head where his eyes used to be, do you know that the creeper was actually Justin Long? Yeah, dressed up in the creeper's full outfit. Which apparently it took 4 hours, I think, for him to get into costume and stuff. But the reason they did it was they actually wanted to show Justin Long's eyes. You know, and they were pushed for budget. They didn't have like access to good CGI or anything. So they said, you know, we'll just put you in a full get-up and you just look through it. It's a short little scene. And I think he went to, yeah, like I said, 4 hours of makeup, and apparently Justin loved it. He said it was, apparently he's gone on record saying it's the best Halloween outfit ever. But yeah, overall, it's an amazing movie. Totally check it out if you haven't. It's a great, great piece of art. And yeah, totally check it out. And yeah, we'll get on to Jeeperscreepers 2. Stay tuned, and yeah, once again, thank you for being patient with me. And if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I wholeheartedly appreciate it, and I appreciate all of you. As always, don't kill anyone.